A hand gesture by billionaire Elon Musk during a speech at Donald Trump's inauguration is causing controversy.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're breaking down the meteoric rise and catastrophic fall of Elon Musk, the world's richest man.
He went there with his cheese head, looking like a fool, and, Wisconsin voters decided Wisconsin is not for sale.
Innovator, provocateur, billionaire, and pariah?
His father's influence might be responsible for some of the darker sides of his personality. Tell us about that.
Absolutely right. I mean, he grew up, you say about that wilderness camp. First time he went there, he's a scrawny, awkward kid, beaten up all the time. They took his food, loses a lot of weight.
Elon Reeve Musk has come a long way from his not-so-humble origins in Pretoria, South Africa. The son of Canadian-born model and dietitian May and South African electromagnetic engineer Errol, Elon was born into considerable wealth. In fact, his father Errol once shared that, quote, "We had so much money at times we couldn't even close our safe," end quote. Musk, who longed to escape apartheid-era South Africa for the United States, applied for a Canadian passport through his matrilineal heritage. This was partially to avoid South Africa's policy of mandatory conscription and partially to clear a path for his American immigration.
In conscription campaign was quite a creative strategy in response to a situation where there was a conscripted army which was based on race. So young white men were conscripted and had to serve 2 years of compulsory military service, followed by another 2 years of camps spread out over a number of years. And as the conflict in South Africa escalated, the conditions for conscripts became worse.
Landing in Saskatchewan in 1989, Musk spent 2 years at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario, before realizing his dream and transferring to the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. In 1994, a year before completing the requirements of his degree, Musk had a series of internships in Silicon Valley that would solidify his burgeoning interest in the tech industry. These put him on the path to becoming the Elon Musk that we know and love, or loathe.
Back in '95, there weren't very many people on the internet, and certainly nobody was making any money at all. Most people thought the internet was going to be a fad.
Although Elon and his brother Kimball Musk have often spoke of their tenuous relationship with their father Errol, it was he who enabled their careers in business. Errol granted his sons a $28,000 loan to found Zip2, a sort of digital city guide. Venture capitalist firm Moore Davidow invested $3 million into their company, altering their business model and relegating Elon to the role of CTO. Said Musk, quote, "The website was up during the day, and I was coding it at night, 7 days a week, all the time."
I think the internet is the superset of all media. It is the be-all and end-all of media. One will see print, broadcast, arguably radio, essentially all media folding into the internet.
The now defunct Compaq Computer Corporation eventually purchased Zip2 in February 1999 for a total of $307 million, which earned Elon a cool $22 million. Using that cash injection, Musk moved right on to his next endeavor, X.com. No, not that X, but an online banking service that would just a year later merge with Confinity, its biggest competitor.
Big X.
Exactly. X.com.
I think X.com could absolutely be a multi-billion-dollar bonanza.
Changing its name to PayPal, Musk was ousted as CEO in favor of the then little-known Peter Thiel, owing to complaints of mismanagement from the company's board of directors. Still a shareholder, Musk profited handsomely from the firm's 2002 sale to eBay, to the tune of $175.8 million.
That was when eBay's stock price was about $55, and they hadn't split. So I guess in today's dollars, we're about $3 billion. So that worked out pretty well.
After leaving PayPal, Musk immediately went to work on businesses that have since become his signature: the space technology firm SpaceX and the automotive company Tesla Incorporated. An eternal believer in the optimism of the future, Musk founded SpaceX as a means of increasing the reliability and accessibility of space travel.
I think you've got, assuming that we fulfill the president's vision and we establish a moon base and then go on and establish a Mars base, I think supplying those bases is a huge, huge business.
Following a series of failed rocket launches that nearly bankrupted him, Musk finally saw the successful takeoff of the Falcon 1 rocket in 2008, earning SpaceX a $1.6 billion NASA contract and fully establishing him as a major player in the world of science and technology. Similarly, Tesla became the world's most valuable automaker in 2020, eventually becoming a $1 trillion company.
The market value of Tesla, the manufacturer of high-end electric cars, has actually surpassed that of Ford and General Motors, both of which sell millions more cars than Tesla does.
Some have credited Musk with single-handedly launching the electric car revolution and bringing its technology to the cultural forefront. That said, all good things must come to an end. In this case, that good thing would be Elon's collective goodwill.
Elon Musk put in an offer of almost $44 billion to buy Twitter, and apparently we're hearing it is now a done deal. That Twitter's board, after much consideration, has decided that they're going to take his offer.
For years, Elon was regarded as a transformative figure, hell-bent on changing the world, even if that meant destroying himself. However, the tide began to shift in 2017. That's when the billionaire started openly mulling the possibility of buying the social media platform then known as Twitter. In the following years, Musk grew increasingly critical of the platform and its leadership, criticizing its commitment to freedom of speech.
Yeah, well, said he wanted more transparency. He wanted less censorship. He said that he hopes that his own critics will continue to be active on Twitter because that's what free speech is all about.
After an ugly, painfully public series of negotiations in 2022, Twitter's board of directors acquiesced to Musk's $44 billion buyout offer. Reactions were mixed, but cautiously optimistic, particularly on the political right, who praised Musk's promotion of free speech. It quickly became clear, though, that Twitter under Musk, renamed to the familiar-sounding X, wasn't exactly in the best hands.
Musk is setting a tone of permissibility for the kind of behavior that had people shown the door in the first place.
After Musk acquired the site, slurs against Black Americans tripled, and anti-Semitic tweets soared more than 61%, according to groups that monitor online hate.
Almost immediately, the frequency of disinformation and hate speech skyrocketed, particularly with regards to the wars in Ukraine and Gaza, as well as the COVID-19 pandemic. This is, of course, in addition to the proliferation of fake or bot accounts. The rise in hateful activity on X reached a disturbing peak with Musk's seeming endorsement of white nationalism in 2023, as well as his public agreement with posts deemed anti-Semitic.
Elon Musk did something yesterday. He retweeted a post, a highly offensive anti-Semitic post. What do you know about that?
He sure did. You guys, the post was by a user on X that claimed the Jewish communities push, quote, hatred against whites. He responded saying, quote, "You have said the actual truth."
In case you didn't already know by now, Elon Musk is not your typical billionaire tech magnate. Unlike his peers, who tend to remain tight-lipped about their political affiliations, Elon is a firebrand public figure who has never shied away from sharing exactly what's on his mind, even if that's generally been to his detriment.
Musk has portrayed himself as a champion of free speech, but issuing the suspensions to journalists who have at times been critical of his turbulent takeover at Twitter, alleging the reporters doxed him by sharing information about his location.
Showing real-time information about somebody's location is inappropriate. You dox, you get suspended. End of story.
For years, he kept quiet, but maintained an active lobbying presence in Washington, donating to candidates on both sides of the political aisle. That was, of course, until 2022, when Musk announced his intention to support Republican Party candidates from then on. Musk, originally a Trump skeptic and critic, came around in a big way.
And today we learned billionaire CEO Elon Musk says he will donate to a new super PAC supporting former President Trump. According to a report from the Wall Street Journal, Musk has pledged to donate $45 million a month. Now, earlier this year, you may remember Musk vowed not to contribute to either Trump or Biden's campaign.
Although he initially endorsed Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for president in 2024, he later switched his support to Trump following the latter's July 2024 assassination attempt. After Trump's victory in November 2024, Musk was made the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Temporary governmental organization, the initiative's stated goal is to slash the federal budget and save taxpayers money, but that isn't exactly how it's turned out.
The main concern with doing this translation, this modernization, is that you're not going to catch all of those edge cases. Folks who have been working on these systems for a very long time told me that it's not even a concern that the beneficiaries will be overpaid or underpaid, but in some circumstances they could not be paid at all, and the administration wouldn't have any idea if it happened.
It's hard to argue with the idea of reducing wasteful spending within the federal government. However, it's even harder to argue that Doge is on a successful path to its lofty goal. Since its establishment in the immediate aftermath of President Trump's second inauguration, the organization has faced massive backlash and widespread criticism for its lack of transparency, accountability, and seemingly indiscriminate firings of tenured civil servants.
It's a scattershot approach targeting all kinds of different federal agencies. Tonight, some elected officials, bureaucrats, and union leaders say Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, known as Doge, is creating chaos and making mistakes with some serious safety concerns by firing thousands of federal workers. Tonight, the I-Team is hearing from two of those workers who've now been rehired.
This is in addition to its erratic and often confounding decision-making, which includes the hiring of software engineers as young as 19 years old. Additional criticism has stemmed from Musk's unclear role at Doge, as well as his unprecedented and highly legally challenged access to sensitive government information as a political appointee. That wasn't Musk's first brush with controversy under the second Trump administration.
This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
On January 20th, the day of Trump's inauguration, Musk delivered a passionate speech, which culminated with the billionaire making a gesture widely interpreted as a Nazi salute. Musk never apologized, instead attacking those who accused him of making such a gesture and posting a series of Nazi-related puns on X.
And then you had Elon Musk himself thanking them on his X platform and liking or endorsing another tweet which called the criticism tired. And so really, ultimately, no one can know the intent of this moment, of this gesture, what was behind it, apart from Elon Musk. But it's really kind of worth underlining that this salute is hugely, hugely controversial.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
With all of this having been said, it's become abundantly clear that Musk is no longer enjoying the venerated status he once was used to. Previously perceived as a positive force for change and progress, Musk's association with and deepening ties to Trump have obliterated his reputation globally. His efforts to prop up far-right political groups in Germany, as well as his attempts to influence the outcome of a key Wisconsin Supreme Court race, were directly cited as reasons for Tesla's cratering stock prices.
Elon Musk could soon be leaving his White House post after a tough loss in Wisconsin. Judge Susan Crawford won that race after being backed by Democrats in the state. Musk and his affiliated groups spent $21 million trying to flip the Supreme Court in Wisconsin conservative, but he ended up losing the race by 10 points.
With ongoing protests at Tesla dealerships, as well as the increasingly common vandalism of the electric cars, it remains to be seen if Trump will stick by Musk's side or oust him to avoid political ruin. What do you think of Elon Musk? Is there anything we missed? Be sure to let us know in the comments below.
Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.